Welcome back to Getting Some Head, baby. I'm Michael fucking Rainey here with Matt McCusker. Matt, how are you, brother?
Dude, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
Dude, thanks for joining me, man.
For sure.
I feel spoiled, man.
I when I saw you were doing this, I'm like, it's perfect. This is a perfect format for you.
Oh, dude, I love it so much, and I love just getting to learn more about my buddies. And yeah, I've had some wild shit that people have revealed, and it's not intentionally like provocative, but sometimes like people are just like, yeah, man, I did this or I'm into this.
Yeah.
And it's like, hell yeah,
Questioning does help. It unlocks. It's Club
Dude.
Rainey.
What is it called?
Club Rainey.
Rainey?
Club JJ.
Thanks,
Club
dude.
Rainey.
Oh, I got to rename it.
I like it, man.
Oh, man. I wish I had some of my own fucking cognac to give you right now, dude. All right. Pat, can you make a note for me to make my own cognac? And
You
have
for real should.
Thanks, dude. Dude, I have so many questions I want to ask you. People, when they knew you were coming on, they submitted questions too, so I'll have a few at the end for that. But you're one of the most interesting people that I've come across, man. And there was no shortage of shit that I wanted to ask you. But right off the bat, I want to know, what is the first memory that you have?
Dude, so I have two, and I don't know which one came first, but there's a couple. But the first memory, as far as I go back, was throwing a rock at a car.
Mm-hmm. Did you hit it?
Yeah. I was very little. I was living in Havertown. And there was a car coming down the street, and I picked up a rock, and I threw it and hit the car, and the car honked at me, and I just ran back inside.
Yeah.
That was one of my first memories. And then one of my first memories, too, is a dream where I was at like a train platform, and it's weird because I was so little. It was like, I don't know how I even knew what like a train thing was, but I was at a train platform, and I was like by myself. I was lost, and then all of a sudden I didn't have shoes on, and so I saw like my white socks. Then I would see black and white striped socks. It was the Hamburglar, and he was after me. And I just kept going to like me, my socks, the Hamburglar socks, and then he got real close to me, and then I woke up. I just was like in a fucking panic.
Whoa, man.
Yeah, those are like two of my earliest memories.
Any residual Hamburglar effects
No,
to this
I
day?
didn't even know. I was like, I'm not scared of him. I remember I was just bugging out. The Hamburglar was after me, and I was like so scared. And then the other one is just being me and my brothers had a stomach virus. I remember just like sitting with them on the couch, and then I finally threw up, and I remember feeling like perversely happy about it, being like, fuck yeah. I didn't know like what it was. I was like, I have it too, and I just like threw up in the sink. I was just so happy to throw up with my brothers.
Were they as stoked as you were?
I don't remember. I just remember being like feeling that feeling because I'd watched them throw up.
Uh-huh.
We were just like laying on a couch in like sleeping bags or something, blankets, and I remember just finally being like, oh shit, hell yeah. And I just ran and just fucking puked.
Dude, that is sick when you're young and you're bonding with your siblings. I remember one time my sister was getting her ass beat by my mom. And then I was just like, stop hitting her. I love her. And then after we hugged, and my sister we were just crying together.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was nice. And I wish we were on better terms now, man.
Yeah, really.
Maybe I need to watch her get her ass whipped again.
True. That's true.
Yeah. She's a pretty rough bitch, so it's probably coming down the pike.
You got to give her, but you might have to kick her ass.
Oh, man. I
You
should
should
have
kick her ass and be like, I fucking love you, and beat her ass and then just hug her real tight.
Oh, my God. Dude, I'm flying back to Philly today, man.
You should. You should fly back to Philly and beat your sister's ass.
I'm just going to knock on the door, and as soon as she answers, I'm just going to crack her.
I fucking love you. How many siblings do you have?
Just her, man.
What?
Yeah. So I always wanted a brother, man.
Yeah.
And I asked my mom one time, and like I was little too, and she's like, "Well, we tried, but I had a tubular pregnancy," and she wasn't just trying to be radical about it.
Sick. Cowabunga.
Yeah, it's like a little Ninja Turtle brother. It's like, no, we had a dead baby. It's like, all right, well, and I was pretty young, and I think she probably should have found a more had some more couth in telling me what happened.
Yeah.
Just be like, no, we're just happy with you and your sister. She's like, no, like we tried and we failed, and there's a dead baby floating around in dead baby land right now.
Like you have a body.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is funny. I want a brother to be like, well, you had a brother and he died inside of me.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, shit, all right. Sorry about that. Your brother died inside of me.
Dude, if you had become a teacher, what do you think you would teach?
I fantasize about this, honestly. I feel like I would go literature. I feel like the story. I think literature, or just it's not a teacher, but guidance counselor. Guidance counselor or like a literature teacher for sure.
Yeah. Do you know what grade you would teach?
I go high school.
Yeah.
I worked with high schoolers before, and I liked it. Everyone was like, "Oh, wait till you deal with them," and it was like I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I worked in public schools for I think like 5 or 6 years, and I had a great time.
Yeah. And everyone's like, yeah, wait till you see that. And it was like, they were fucking fine.
They were fun, man. And,
kind of a bitch if you're like scared of a teenager. It's kind of like those kids will get you. It's like, dude, they're fucking 15.
Yeah, like, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, like, you'll be fine.
Although one kid did try to fight me one day.
Did he really?
Yeah.
How'd you respond?
Well, it was
I also fantasize about that as well.
Well, dude, I escalated it. So
nice.
Well, there was like, I worked at, it was an emotional support program. So it was
Yeah.
like buck wild kids. By and large, they were cool. They just needed structure,
Yeah.
and they just needed to feel like people cared about them, and they were good. But there was one day, it was the first period of the day, so it was like 7:30, and the kids were doing like fucking math worksheets. And this one kid, Lamar, was picking on this younger kid, Matt. And he's like, I bet I can make you cry. He's like, go ahead and cry. He's like, I want to see you cry. And the kid like started tearing up. Like he was that emotional. And I was sitting there. I was eating a breakfast sandwich and drinking an orange juice. I was like, Lamar, stop bothering him. Dude, it's 7:30.
Yeah.
And he looks at me. He's like, man, drink your fucking orange juice.
That's so fucking funny.
So I got up and I was like, you need to leave class. And he's like, no, I'm doing my work. So I pulled his chair out from under him. And we both ended up in the hallway, and we both squared up. And then, like, teachers got involved and, like, separated us. We ended up having a very good relationship after that.
I feel like that's the one thing about teaching, which it would be nice to just, like, really get up in those kids' grills. Because it is really mostly overwhelmed, like, women, like, freaking out teaching. Like, that's just what I saw. I was, in high school.
That's the truth.
It was a pretty, like, I liked the school a lot. But, yeah, it was just, like, mostly inner-city Philly kids. And it would just be, like, ladies like red faced being like, why don't you listen, like screaming or just completely shut off. Just kind of just like, just like going through the motions. I would have to get kids out of class, and you would just see like kids turned away from the teacher talking, and the teacher would just be like, who do you need? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
like a PowerPoint. But yeah, it is fun when you just like talk to them. I don't know, just when you just level with those kids, it's really funny because it kind of catches them off guard. They're like, the fuck, they're kind of like, what the fuck? Yeah, it is fun. I still like it,
dude. It's I think you would have done well in the program I worked in. Yeah, there was so much fun. There were so many funny stories, and there was one that like really stands out. And I haven't thought about this in a while, but there was a girl named Ayana, and most of the classes like attendance was a massive issue, and on a regular basis, like we would have maybe 2 kids in class. And on the day of this girl, Ayana,
that's terrible.
Dude, it's bad. Yeah, it was really bad.
I was crunching numbers. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, it was bad. And like, there's oftentimes the staff would outnumber the kids.
Yeah.
And there was one day, this girl Ayana, it was her birthday. She brought in like 300 munchkins, and there were like 2 kids in class. I was like, Ayana, that's a lot of munchkins for this class size. She's like, shit. When I break bread, I break bread.
I mean, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know you couldn't bring like peanuts into school because I was out of school for so long, and I didn't bring 300. I didn't break bread that hard, but I remember I had to do like an after school group, or I don't know if it was during school, whatever it was, and I had brought like Reese cups, and I like someone was like, yeah, you can't. I was in like the faculty lounge, and like you can't have like peanut butter or anything in here. And I remember how I like just smuggled it. So I was like, whatever, these kids will be fine. They can eat fucking peanuts. Like, I was like hearing about their personal lives. I'm like, peanuts are the least of these kids' concerns.
Dude, that would be sick.
I feel like I had like a pound of weed. I had to like smuggle them into like the thing, and I was like giving out. We were like doing some sort of like game, and I was giving out Reese cups.
How guilty would you have felt if you sent a kid into like anaphylactic shock?
I'd have just been like pussy. I would have felt horrible actually. But I'm like, these kids, I was observing them munching and stuff. Like they can have fucking peanuts. They'll be fine. Yeah,
man. Maybe that's the tone to set for the day. Just walk in and just like have like just cracking peanuts like all fucking day long. Like it's like fucking Five Guys, just all over the floor.
Like a Lone Star Steakhouse. Yeah, truly. Yeah, if a kid's really acting up, just fucking sprinkle some shells on him. See if he fucking withers up.
What do you think is your guiltiest pleasure?
I'm trying to think right now. I think right now, just it's not even a pleasure. Just my phone, just like staring at it like a fucking idiot. That's like truly a guilty pleasure. It's not even a pleasure. It's just a compulsion that I'm trying to shake. What is my guilty pleasure right now? I'm gonna have to think about that. I don't know, to be honest. I don't have a. I don't like when you say guilty pleasure. It's something that you do. Like, do I like it, or am I just kind of like? Because I usually there's things I do that I just get like wrapped in shame about afterwards. It's not really pleasurable.
I think that's more of what I'm thinking because I'm just thinking hunch shoulders like over something, whether it's like ice cream or a fucking fat girl's OnlyFans.
I don't really eat sweets. I've quit masturbating for life, actually.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'll never do it ever again. I'm trying my best.
How far removed are you from the last beat?
3 months, maybe.
That's really good.
3 months.
Yeah.
And I also faced the ultimate test. I was in LA recently with Shane, and like we got like pretty drunk, and I went to a hotel room by myself, drunk.
Oh, dude.
No, safe.
I don't know how. Den.
And then went home. That's truly the Lion's Den. And then that next day, with like weird hangover horniness, my wife wasn't home that day, so I had the bedroom to myself, totally clear. Coast was completely clear. Mm-hmm. Went through that as well, so I think I might be good for life.
Dude, God's given his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. Yeah. You're passing with flying colors, dude.
Dude, I mean, it's not a popular. I don't catch a lot of like people being like, "Yo, this is awesome," but I swear to God, it's really cleared my mind up because it's just not on the table. Before it would be like every fifth thought would be like, "Dude, you should beat off. Dude, you should beat off. We should get. Oh, dude, we should look." Like I'm like trying to write in my office. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, just fucking beat off, and your mind will be clear. But then it's like 40 minutes on X videos where I'm like, bro, I only have like 3 hours to write today.
Bro, I get it, man. Dude, I've made more of an effort lately, especially like I figured making the transition from moving from Philly to Austin. I was like, all right, now it's going to be the time. So I was like setting like, all right, I'm going to go 2 days. I'm going to go 3 days.
There you go.
And I put enough of those together where it's like after like 3 days, like you do feel a difference.
Yeah.
And when I got here a month ago, dude, like the first 2 weeks, I didn't watch any porn because I think my wife was just appreciative of like a nicer life, so she had like the slut zoomies where I'm just getting pussy constantly. Yeah.
She was doing circles,
spinning on the dick. Where I was just getting like I could normally get it anytime I want, but
she
like
was hitting you with the play position.
Oh, dude, yeah, scratching her pubes. She knows I'm not a threat, so she lets me do it. But dude, I was getting pussy like more than I usually get, and I was awesome. Thinking about porn less and less. But like, yeah, the little nasty wheels have been turning lately. So
it kicks in though, man. Mm-hmm. For me, it would be like I could be having sex all the time, and I'd be like, all right, now it's time for porn. No, it'd be great if I just keep this party rolling.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't have like a moral really thing against it. It's just like I don't know. For me, I just like I don't want to get caught beating off by my kid. That was my main thing. It's like
you can't recover.
You have to leave. Mm-hmm. You have to just walk off into the desert because it has to happen, man. People have to get caught.
Did you get caught?
Not by my kids. I've been caught by I've been caught by.
But I mean by your parents.
Not by my parents. I've been caught by Brittany a lot. I've been caught so many times.
That's in the hierarchy of devastation. It's like wife, kids, parents. I think are the worst.
I would say I think kids are the worst to get caught
Absolutely.
by. I'd rather be caught by my parents tomorrow. Because then it's just like, fuck you, it's your problem.
Yeah, mine. Dinner's ready. Just wrap it up, dude.
But no, for me, like, again, it's not like this like moral crusade against it. It is. I do think the ecosystem of pornography is probably inherently pretty destructive to like everybody who touches it. But the thing that really blew my mind is like I've been trying to stop for maybe 5 years. For a while, and I couldn't. Like I literally couldn't stop. Mm-hmm. And it's like you read about this a lot in like sobriety literature because there's like this the idea of like radical behavioral transformation, and like if you work at something that seems impossible, there's like a switch that flips. People say, especially with sobriety, where it's like they try, they relapse, they try, they relapse, they try, and then one day they go like, yeah, I'm just never gonna do that again. Like something happens, but it's like I am into that. Like I'm very much kind of like fascinated by that like long-term radical behavioral shift and like how can you make like wild progress in life, but it also can you slug through those like hopeless stretches of time where like this will never get better, and then it does one day and you're like, I don't know, it's just blown my mind. It's like, holy fuck, dude.
No, it makes complete sense, man. Do you feel like you've replaced it with something else, or you think you're just...
Yeah, dude, I'm more productive. Like I swear to God, I'm way more productive. I've been running a lot, so I've been like, I just literally before I came here, I did 3 miles, and my mile time's been increasing. It's just weird. I don't know. And again, it's not like I don't think if you like watch porn, it slows down your mile time. But for me, it's just it actually probably does a little bit.
Yeah, Roger Bannister. That's
because after like 2 laps, you're like, all right, I'm gonna fucking catch a beat real quick. Yeah. You're like, fuck, it's great, trashing my mile time. My splits suck. It's for me, it's just been like crazy because it's like. That was like a serious compulsion that I finally, at least I think I have freed myself from. Mm-hmm. And the big one for me is not just the porn. It's like if I would be such a brat if I didn't come, and that would affect my marriage. Like if I would like clock like a stretch of days, I'd be mad at my wife. and then I would beat off at her basically, where you're just kind of like, well, I'm gonna fucking beat off then, and it's like, I don't know if I like if the sex is literally if release is only between us, you have to. I've said this a million times, but you have to hash things out. Because if it's like dude. When you're like fucking bitch, and then you're like, no, I'm gonna beat off. I don't need her. It just creates a distance that like I don't think helps relationships. No, so if I have a problem, something's on my chest, I have to get it off, and then I can beg her for a hand job. Like, please, please. So I think it's a good thing. I really do,
dude. I mean that's insane that like that long of a time. Like that's a massive accomplishment, dude.
Dude, it's crazy. The fun thing is like me and my brother Tom and my brother Billy, we've all struck a brother covenant, where we're like none of us will ever beat off ever again.
Do you think they're abiding by it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
they would. There's no way. That's my thing too. If you lie about not beating off, that's how you end up with like little boys in like a youth camp smoking meth. You know what I mean? Like those preachers who were like, I don't do that stuff, and then next thing you know, it's like, yeah, you were like a Holiday Inn with boys, like smoking meth. So yeah, like it'd be the absolute guilt, because I've thought about it before, because I talk about it on the podcast all the time. I've thought about being like, I'll just fucking lie to like hundreds of thousands of people and beat off. But I was like, that's how it happens, dude. That's how you end up in the fucking conference room, you know, at a Sheraton Inn with boys.
Dude, I was thinking about something relative to that. It was a local, I think you were in Philly when this happened, but a guy that I think you're probably aware of, his dad was closet gay, and he told his family he was going to the Eagles game, but ended up checking into a hotel in Center City.
I'm aware of this tale.
And being strangled to death by a gay prostitute.
And this is my thing. That's the porn hole. That's what porn brain is. It's like, obviously not everyone's going to go that deep into a porn hole. Did you ever like Google or Reddit like sex addiction?
No.
Dude, because I've been like, back in the day, I'd be like, bro, I'm like fucked up. And then you actually research what people are up to, and people fall into porn holes where it's like, that ends in like raw sex with fucking hookers that like just goes for days. And that's the porn hole, dude. That's porn brain.
Dude.
Because eventually you're in your little hamster cage on porn, and then you go, let me see what the old advertisements are about. And it's that's the thing. That to me is the porn hole.
Let me lie to my family back going to the Eagles game.
Next thing you know, you're squaring up with a fucking gay prostitute. You're like, all right, fuck, dude, I should have done more jiu-jitsu.
Dude, imagine knowing like, you resign to the fact that you're being choked to death in a Donovan McNabb jersey. It's like a schizophrenic gay prostitute.
You have the face paint. You have the black eye.
That's how they identify your attacker. He's got your face paint under his fingernails.
Yeah, that's devastating, man.
Dude, pull down the fucking sheet and you're wearing a Mike Mamula jersey.
And it's not my thing. It's not the shame is not sneaking away from your family in an Eagles jersey to have gay sex. That's fine. That's just guys being guys. My thing is getting beat up by the fucking
you got to win that fight, man.
That's fucked up.
Dude, that's something I was always concerned about, because I enjoyed the company of prostitutes for a while.
Yeah.
And it was always visiting a washy-washy, which I went to I think 3 times. Once I went to Mexico for a lady, but that was an entirely different experience.
You went to Mexico for a lady?
Yeah, when I was in the Marines, like I had to do 2 weeks in Yuma, Arizona, and when you get there,
you were right around the corner.
I think so too.
Yeah,
and this was my rationale. They're like, they give you like a briefing as soon as you get there. Look, whatever you do not go to Mexico.
Yeah,
because they're going to shake you down, and if you make it back unscathed, they're going to rob you.
Yeah.
So naturally, we were drinking that night, and we're just like, there's cabs waiting out there. Can you please take us to Mexico for hookers? And they shake you down. The grift was like they make you get into multiple cabs.
Yeah.
And each cab is just like, yeah, this is as far as I can take you.
Yeah.
But to their credit, we eventually got hookers. And they let us into a motel that didn't have lights. And we each got a lady. And I'll never forget the way this lady felt. Her skin was like leather, but she had the most beautiful disposition. And I ate pussy. I fucked this lady. And then we took a brief nap together. And it truly was one of the nicest experiences that I've had sexually.
Yeah, that's kind of amazing.
Yeah. But... you know,
I've always been a bit of a cutie pie to the pro ladies myself. I'm always
it's hard not to, man.
I can snuggle up for sure. It's like people are like, that's weird. It's like, I don't know,
dude. I think taking a nap with a hooker is natural.
It's awesome.
But it's how I'm built.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but like with that said, it's like I ended up meeting my wife I think 2 months later, so that was it for hookers for me. But
yeah,
I know again, like the porn hamster wheel, that probably would have led me to picking up hookers in my car, and then you think like, oh fuck, like. What if one of these ladies tries to strong arm you, and what if this is a rough street bitch who ends up beating my ass in my own Geo Prism?
Yeah, or her fucking cousin's outside and it's a setup and he beats your ass, and yeah, you just you die pants down and fucking Juarez. Yeah, it would suck. That's the end. That's the possible end of a pornhole. That I can say for sure that won't happen to me. Before it was like it was always in play. It could happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's like I don't know. For me, it's been the major shift has been like again that just kind of like looming. I would say like for real like rage and anxiety about just not coming, which is like a simple thing. And I think it's just I've just gotten older, and it's just like it's not as intense as like a drive.
Yeah.
But it's just been like a weight lifted off my shoulders where I'm not like pouting next to my wife in bed being like, now I just have flipped the script. I'm like, babe, I'm keeping the seed in me, man. I'm getting stronger by the day. Yes. If you want it, it's here.
And I'm sure subconsciously, like, ladies are able to pick up on that.
For sure. Dude,
like, this seed is just for me.
For sure. And it's also, it's the worst is, and this is in a marriage, is when you're like, you know, you start doing that kind of like, you start trying to get your Nostradamus on about pussy when you're like, all right, dude, I got it like 3 days ago. There's no way I'm going to get it the next 4 days. I'm going to beat off these next 2. And then she just surprises you one night.
Yeah.
She's like, let's have sex. And you're already drained from beating off. There's no worse feeling when you're just noodling. And you're like, I shouldn't beat off in my office. Now I feel like an absolute punk in front of my wife.
Oh, man.
Versus when you're fully, when you've just been rocking it for 7-8 days and now she wants to have sex and it's like, it's Thor's hammer, dude. It's awesome. Especially when you get to like 40 years old.
Yeah.
All this erectile dysfunction shit, it's like, bro, just don't come. Just wait. And you'll be, if you're like, girls don't care. Once you're married, if you're quick on the draw, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They're kind of like sweet.
I couldn't imagine how exhausting it would be to get plowed for a fucking half hour.
By your fucking husband? They don't want that. They don't want that. That's the last thing they want. That's all. I'm convinced. When we were having sex, my wife's for sure like looking through her calendar in her head, which I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, they don't want you just like, all right, now we're doing this. There's like, come on, man. Let's go.
If I was going for more than like 10 minutes, I think I would wear like a GoPro like attachment with an iPad so she could watch her shows while I'm plowing. Watching Edgerton as I'm fucking.
Yeah, man. It is. It's like that weird pride, that like young pride where you're like, you know, like this should be a fucking transformative experience. It's like, bro, just it's become pure gratitude. Where like at all, I'm like, thanks so much, man. This is fucking awesome.
I mean, it really is, and I feel like there's times where I got to dial it back because I feel like I'm being too complimentary because. Even when I'm in the pussy, I'm telling my wife like how beautiful she is, you know, how great it feels, and I feel like, all right, am I being too complimentary? Like, should I withhold compliments? But I am in a state of gratitude, especially at 46, where I feel like I get pussy anytime I want it.
It's amazing,
and it really feels like I'm really bucking the system here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But it really does create a sense of gratitude in you that I know doesn't exist for every other guy out there at the same point in life.
For sure, dude. And it's like, and that's the thing too, like. Especially when, like, women have kids and all this stuff, like, they're just so fucking preoccupied about everything. Like, I don't know how you are, but, like, when it comes to, like, Tylenol dosages, I have no idea. Like, she only get 2.5. My wife has all of that information in her head, and she's constantly thinking about it. So she's not being like, I can't wait to get home and suck my husband's dick. And you have to just be like, this is not how they're thinking. And I used to be like, before, like, you should be. And now I'm like, no, you actually shouldn't be. That'd be fucking weird. If you're all day out, like at Target, be like, can't wait to suck my husband's dick tonight. This fucking stinky ass.
Yeah, you would view her as a lunatic, man. If we're doing that shit and like you were thinking about my balls, like, lady, figure something else out, man.
Yeah, you're just like getting like a new like mat for the bathroom floor. Like, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to watch this guy spray all. You know, it's like this matches the curtains. The one kid gets 7.5 milligrams of Tylenol. The other one gets 5. And it's like, just keep that information in your head. Just crank me off every now and again. Maybe suck my nipples while you do it. I'm telling you, man, the nipple suck hand job it's like VR.
I've never tried. Dude, VR was too intense for me. Butterly snuck a VR porn headset on me one time, and it took my breath away. I wasn't expecting it. I was sitting Indian style on the floor of his basement, and he's like, get a load of this. And he put it over my eyes, and I felt like I was transported. And I watched it for a minute.
Dastardly.
I think so too. That's like injecting someone with sexual heroin.
It is, dude. That's fucked up. He spiked you.
Fortunately, dude. Well, I kind of did try to go back a little bit. I got you could buy like these makeshift VR goggles, which I realize now is a scam because it's like these cardboard goggles where you put your phone into them.
They're just Cracker Jack 3D glasses. Oh, it's like I got you.
Yeah, it's like clearly like some Chinese guy figured out that like guys like me would be looking this stuff up on Amazon.
Like a throwaway, basically.
Yeah.
A burner.
Yeah, it's it's a VR burner. And it didn't work, and I was just like, what am I doing?
Put it in water
with
and it just melts.
Yeah.
Dude, I've done the VR porn just on my phone, and just like a loser, I'm like looking into the corner of the person's room, like, oh wow,
It's
I can
nasty,
see
man.
your carpet. This is awesome.
Dude, it's
That was for me. I was always afraid because I would go back and forth. I'm like, dude, I'm on the road. I should get like a full VR setup with the flashlight.
No.
And like anyone I would like pitch the idea to, they're like, bro, don't. I'm like, why? It's not. And they're like, dude, you can't do that. And then I'm like, I think about it. I'm like, you're totally right.
Yeah, because it's like your worst fears will come to life. Like you're desperately waiting for your family to go to like fucking Target or something. And then as soon as that door clicks, you're on the floor like eating virtual ass. And then they forget something and they come back in and see you on all fours licking the air.
You're like, what's the guy's name from Guardian of the Galaxy? You're like what's his name? Space
Little
Walker?
raccoon?
Yeah, no, the guy who puts the helmet on gets to like float through space. Star-Lord. You're the Star-Lord. You're fully just... You're just fighting a male prostitute. Just get off me! I gotta get to the game,
dude. How do you lie to your wife when you're like fighting VR gay hookers?
We haven't got pussy in 4 days. And then she comes home. You've just completely exhausted yourself on VR gay hookers, and you're like, I have nothing for you, babe. Like, there's just a cardboard box melting in the toilet. Yeah, that's my stance on that stuff. It's like totally understandable. I don't think it's like you're bad if you don't. It's like, no, you're not bad. It's just like, I mean, it's truly you've been in Skinner's box, dude. You're a rat. They're shocking you and hitting you with the stimuli. It's hard to get out of it, and it's like, but I will say, it's like, I don't know, man. For me, it's been like, that's been a major weakness. And then there's like food's my other one, and like I just pig out. My portions are way too big, and that's fine. Again, it's not a big deal, but it's like, what if I could conquer that as well? And it's just it's like a fun thing to get into for me. It's like a genuine challenge, and it's like, I don't know, it's fun. Other than just like sitting around and being like, fucking life sucks. Blah, blah, blah.
Chances are your underwear drawer needs a serious refresh. Toss out those stretched out rags. It's time to try the undies you'll never want to take off, Sheath. Sheath underwear is a total game changer. It comes with 2 pockets, one for your dick and one for your balls. That means you're done peeling your balls off your dick and your dick off your thigh. Everything is fully contained. I've been wearing Sheath underwear now for close to 2 years, and it remains the nicest underwear I've ever put on my fucking dick, balls, ass, thighs, hamstrings, you name it. Sheath is on it. Available in a bunch of different colors or patterns. Get ready to be comfortable down there every day of the week. They've even got stuff for the ladies, too, with the most comfortable bralettes and boy shorts around. Go to sheathunderwear.com and use code GISH, that's GISH, to get 20% off your first order. Plus, Sheath Underwear's 100% money-back guarantee. That's sheathunderwear.com, promo code GISH. Get Sheath Underwear, support the show, support your balls. I think that's my next biggest challenge is tackling my diet and just being more health conscious. Because like there was something you said a while back that stuck with me. You said something to the effect of, if every meal you eat is delicious, you're going to die.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm on a big like jalapeno sausage kick at like 10 o'clock at night. So I know what the other side of that mountain is.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hit that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, it's the eating before bed. I didn't know. I got real into like tracking sleep data for a while. Mm-hmm. And if you eat a meal before you go to bed, your sleep's like fucked.
Oh God, I can't imagine.
It's crazy. I try to eat at finish at 7 p.m. now, like at the latest. And you sleep better. You get better sleep.
Yeah, I got to try that shit, man.
But then it's
I'm
like
all over the place.
That's the flip side of that is you can become an insufferable fucking dickhead if you just drown people in your biometric data. Like, well, actually, if you eat that before, it's like. So it's nice to have that. It's nice to have a healthier baseline you can stray from rather than just like spicy sausages before bedtime. Do you have weird dreams when you eat spicy sausages before bedtime?
Dude, I don't really dream much. I can't remember the last dream that I had, but I wake up often throughout the night, and I know it's because it's either I got diarrhea or indigestion.
dude, that's why. I have dreams every night, and if you take magnesium before bedtime, you have crazy dreams too.
Whoa.
I took a nap today. I woke up at 6 to run. I told you I got thwarted by my kid waking up. So I had fucked sleep last night. I was out too late. I got up early to run. Got thwarted by my kid. Was doing all that stuff. So I snuck in a little nap. I had a dream before I came here. I woke up and ran, but then when I woke up before doing this, basically, I had a dream that my wife had convinced me somehow, because she's always pressuring me to do viral videos, and I'm always like, I don't want to do these. I just feel weird.
Like ice bucket challenge type
shit
stuff?
like that, but little family dance videos. I'm like, I'm just not. I can't. I can't. I wish one day I'll be there where I can do it, but I just can't do it. And I had a dream that my wife somehow, she had dressed me up like a '90s R&B guy. So I had a backwards red fitted cap and a red polo, and I was just she had shot an R&B video that I was just dancing in the background to, and it was on the internet, and I woke up. I had that dream relief where I woke up being like, oh my God, I can't believe that's on the internet. And then I woke up to being like, oh, nice, that's fake. And it's a dream. And that's before I came here. I was battling that. It's a weird dream.
I would think that you would enjoy an R&B phase, but maybe it's just the dancing.
It's in me for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, there's for sure it's in me, dude. But it's I was like, I couldn't break that out. Just poorly dancing. Because there was a, when I was at the ESPYs when Shane was hosting, Busta Rhymes was on stage, and someone took a video of Brittany was dancing, and I thought I was being loose and cool, nodding along with the music, and someone shot a video, and I was just completely just the Tin Man, just standing totally still in a sea of people yes, and I thought I was vibing, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh my God, it's just me nice.
Are you going to overcompensate now next time you think you're at a thing like that?
I might
really fucking go noodle armed.
I might go crazy, dude. I've done it before on a plane where I'm just really jamming and I'm kind of grooving, and it's I just dude, who cares? Just groove. Why are you worried about grooving? So,
dude, a plane groove's a nice one, man.
Plane grooves, I'll get a plane groove every now and again. Someone was like, "Damn, you were jamming on the plane." I was just like, "What? Did I look cool?" But yeah, I am. I'm uptight about stuff like that. I get very I don't know, tight in my body.
Well, it's tough now, especially with Busta Rhymes. It's a guy that's so cool that you've probably listened to for a lot of years, and now it's you're in this moment with him, and you don't want to reflect poorly from his perspective.
Yeah, I don't want to just be it's cool. And I was that's I do get in my head where I'm like, do I really like this? Am I going along with all these people? And it's I kind of like this, and I try to express it with my body, and it's just I don't know. It's just my older brothers are like, you're fucking gay, strangling me in my head.
You're a decent dancer, though, aren't you?
I used to be, man. I swear to God, I used to be, but I used to drink a lot more.
That's a big difference.
And then I've tried sober dancing. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. But I do. If I cut loose, I actually do enjoy it. If I cut loose at a wedding or something, I enjoy it. It's just I don't know. I feel the older I get, I'm just stiffening into an old white guy. So it's hard to really move and catch the groove. Although my wife did hit me with a groundbreaking fact about dancing, because I never really knew
what is it?
When to move. It's the drums. You just follow the drums with your feet, and that's your baseline, and then you kind of get the shoulders into it. And it was I was on a little bit of mushrooms and an edible at one of my cousin's weddings, and she whispered that on the dance floor to me, and I was just oh my God, it makes sense now. I know how to. I cracked the code. I know how to dance.
Whoa, man.
I know what rhythm is. It's just the drums. You just follow them with your body. It sounds so dumb, but I never knew. I would just kind of be I was just detached from the rhythm, just kind of I think I'm doing it.
That's an emotional moment, man.
It was.
Yeah.
I thought it was I was mind blown on the dance floor at a banquet hall wedding. Then I had a heart palpitation. I was like, I gotta go sit down.
Yeah, I would like to take some dance lessons soon, because I really want to move my body in a way that's not as chimp-like as the way I move now.
I've been trying to convince my wife forever to do adult dance lessons.
What kind do you want to take? A specific kind, or just?
I mean, just dancing at I don't know, hip hop would be the technical term. Because there's tap and jazz, ballet. Yeah. Ballet would be tight, but I want to step up to the streets pretty much. Yeah. So if I could just step up to the streets, but I think maybe I would need a classical foundation that I want to get a classical dance instructor that I could buck against.
Yeah.
Brittany could come in.
Yeah.
And then tell me how to do it. And he'd be like, don't do the moves. And I would just step up to the streets, and he'd be like, yeah, actually, that's so fucking cool.
Dude, yeah. I picture you as a hybrid, man, a ballet hip hop hybrid, where you're just, people are like, why is Matt walking on his toes all the time? You're just you have no idea what's coming down the pipe.
A nice pirouette, and then just hit the floor and do the worm. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm at the adult ballet recital.
You're getting yelled at by the fat dance mom.
I'm just really thinking about Sing 2. Remember that?
Oh, God, that would be heaven, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I've told my wife, I'm like, dude, you could start an adult dance class. You would fill it out. It would be. She was a Bulls cheerleader.
Whoa, no way.
Yeah, she was a Bulls cheerleader in her early 20s.
Whoa.
She can really, really dance. Like
I've seen at your wedding. I saw her.
She can tear it up. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She can tear it up.
Whoa, man.
Yeah, I'm always in awe of her. When I see her dance, I'm always like, that's so fucking cool.
Man, that's dude. If I was a Bulls dancer, everybody that I ever met would know about it.
I know, it's crazy. That's like when we were out and she's like, he's actually a comedian. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. Don't do
She's
this.
a Bulls dancer.
I've done it to her. I'm like, she used to dance for the Bulls. And she's like, dude, shut up. Yeah, I would never shut up about it. But it's impressive.
God damn, man. Yeah, I got to get looser. I haven't. You know what? I've also realized now in having this conversation, I don't think I've jammed on a plane sober. Like when I would get on a plane and go on vacation, have 3 or 4 beers on the plane.
Yeah,
dude. I remember one time I was flying to Los Angeles at like 9 a.m. just drinking fucking Heinekens out of cans, just crying because I'm listening to like a Bon Jovi playlist, thinking about how much I love my wife. And I don't think I've ever been like that free on a plane since.
Yeah. It would be nice. That's one of those things. It's like sounds impossible, but if you really work at it for years and years, I've loosened up a lot. I've had a couple of nice sober plane jams, and it's been like, I'm always impressed by myself. I'm like, dude, you're really in the groove. Yeah, I'm listening to Kenny Loggins. Just fucking Kenny Loggins, by the way. So I wouldn't even say underrated because he obviously is like a commercial wild success. But I feel like a lot of like, I would hear, I don't know if it was like a lot of alt comics have beef with Steve Harvey. They kind of like sneer at Steve Harvey, who I think is one of the greats.
love him, man.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I've heard people like making fun of Kenny Loggins, and I get like kind of offended. I'm like, dude, have you actually listened to his music? Because it's for real like amazing.
Dude, I forgot how influential he was until I was watching that HBO Yacht Rock documentary.
I didn't even know that existed.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. If you're a Christopher Cross guy, I mean, it'll be right up your alley. But Kenny Loggins gets mentioned in that a bunch, and like you really take for granted what he's meant to white boys.
No, I heard, it could be a rumor, but I heard he took down Sade.
No,
I swear to God, bro. And you listen to him, and you're like, he probably did. If any one of us could have, it was KL for sure. Did you ever listen to his album Live in the Redwoods?
I don't think so.
He did an album Live in the Redwood Forest, and I don't know if it's true. Some people said everyone in attendance was naked. I think that's fucking more, which would be sick. But it's like, yeah, he threw a concert in the Redwood Forest, and it's a whole album. It's killer, dude. Throw it on at home. I like coming down in the morning and just kind of DJing in the morning. I'll throw that on every now and again. It's just, man, it's such a good album.
Dude, if you're going to fire shots at Sade, that's the way to do it. Just a 1,000 bushed out fucking white boys in the woods. Jamming the Footloose.
Yeah, Kenny Loggins, like, he's so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but, the white boy yacht rock, you realize how influential that was because I grew up in the 80s and 90s. So like that, I got a lot of that, like being driven to school, like your parents jamming to it. And Kenny Loggins was fucking massive, dude. I'm old enough to have seen Footloose in the theater.
Did you really?
Yeah, and just hearing that shit, it was just like, man, this is awesome. I wish I knew how to dance.
Yeah, I missed Kenny Loggins. I was like, because I was born in '86, so I was like, I came into like Criss Cross, RHCP, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Criss Cross. That was another early memory. My brother Kevin was like, they would do like I don't know if it was like Q102, whatever radio station, but they would do a top 10, and it would be every week for a while. It was Under the Bridge versus Jump by Criss Cross.
Oh man!
And it would be my brothers would listen to it, and they'd be like, if Under the Bridge got number 1, my brother Kevin would rejoice. If Jump got number 1, my brother Tom would rejoice. And they'd be like, you got to pick one. Which one do you like? And they would just like bully me into it, and I'd be like, I don't know. I like them both. They're so fucking cool. I was like 6, like I can't tell.
Dude, Jump hit me hard.
Jump was backwards clothes was crazy, dude.
My 8th grade graduation present was a Pittsburgh Pirates starter jersey. It was black with yellow pinstripes.
Did you ever turn it around?
I did, man, and I was fat too. So as soon as my Aunt Pat got it for me, I put on my dungaree shorts. I had my ears pierced too. I had a money sign and a gun. Dude, fucking fat wigger heaven, gelled bangs. And my Aunt Pat dropped off this Pittsburgh Pirates starter jersey.
Yo.
And I was like, Mom, come up here. And they had a big mirror in their bedroom. So I'm standing in my mom's mirror. And I have it like on me like a surgical gown. I was like, I need you to button this up from the back. And my mom did it because she was a good mom, but I couldn't imagine like having to button up like a fat wigger boy's starter jersey. And no friends, by the way. So he's doing this for nobody. And then hearing like the floor smashing because he's jumping because of Criss Cross now.
He's just fucking up the floor. I mean, that's heaven though. Wearing the backwards jersey and jumping up and down to jump back then.
I had cologne too, man.
Yeah, cologne
preferred
was
stock.
Huge, dude.
Yeah.
My dad would get pissed when I'd wear cologne.
Yeah.
You smell like a fucking whore. And I'd be like, all right, dude, I'm trying to get some pussy. I'm trying to go and get some pussy at the farmer's market, dude.
Boots Corner?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, it's where I first got pussy, by the way.
No way.
Boots Corner parking lot.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, great roast beef at the Chamberlain's.
Oh yeah, dude. The place still fucking crushes. I've been there recently, and it's awesome. There was a guy at Boots Corners. It was called the Whatnot Shop. Did you ever go there? I used to live like right. I used to live like almost like right next to it. But there was a shop called the Whatnot Shop, and there was this old weirdo who would sell switchblades, fireworks, and like 70s porno mags to kids, like anyone. As kids, you can go in and just buy like 70s Playboys. And then I don't know if it was the same guy, but I don't know if he also did baseball cards, because there was a baseball card guy who ripped my brother off out of like I think an expensive baseball card. And my dad like rolled up on him and fucking spazzed.
Whoa.
Because he was like, you're a fucking piece of shit.
I have a number of questions that I want to get into. I have so many questions for you, and we'll get to as many as we can. From Finish the Story podcast, which is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcast. They would like to know, do you remember the first joke that you told on stage?
Yes.
What was
it? So I did the Philly Helium, 3 minutes. The first time you sign up, you kind of get on, and then you like never get on after that. But I get on, and my first joke that I told, it was like, I don't remember anything else I said in that 3 minutes. It was Chris Hansen was a cock block and a snitch. That was the first joke I ever told. And it worked. And I was just like, holy fuck. And then I just like bombed every time after that for a year. But that was my first joke I ever told.
Oh, dude.
Talking about whatever Dateline it was called. I'm like, oh, everyone likes that guy. I think he's kind of a cock block and a snitch. And, that was my first joke. Yeah. Probably 4 people laughed. And I was like, holy shit.
Fuxton Strawberry would like to know, do you have any advice for a new father?
Yeah. I would say the big one is like, for me personally, it's like you are the kind of the vibe commander of the house, because it's like, women, especially like, they have like the postpartum stuff, and like you have to kind of be a lightning rod for emotions and like stay grounded. Like if you lose the plot, the house is fucked. That's the main thing of like, just be cool, be helpful, and also like, just be as helpful as possible. Because that's one thing I've like, I read about this where like, because women get like, because my wife's kind of a control freak on it. Like, she would admit it. It's just like she's used to taking charge, taking the helm. But it's easy to be like, if they're like, I got it, to be like, all right, fucking you got it. But then they get so overwhelmed. So like, make a serious effort to, like I was like laughing about before, not knowing the Tylenol dosages. Just like try to learn like, changing diapers. I like got good at all that stuff as much as I could. Just like be helpful, because otherwise they get super, even if they're like a take charge type, they get overwhelmed. So if you're able to be like, I got it, relax. Yeah. That's the big one. Like even if they're like, I don't want you to do it, because if they feel like you don't do it right, just learn how to do it, and like, be like, no, I know how to do this. And that was the big one for me. It's like lightning rod for emotion, keep your cool the whole time as much as you can, obviously. And like learn how to do that weird little stuff they do. Damn. As much as you can.
Sage advice, brother.
Yeah, and even like, at first, because like even when she was like breastfeeding, I didn't have to be awake. I could have slept, but I would like stay awake. Big moral support.
Real one, man.
Yeah, I would stay awake. I would try. There was one time she tried to wake me up, and I was so tired. Like for real, like I remember coming to, but I like would start to talk, and it would be like dream babble, and I couldn't snap myself out of it. She woke up one time, was like, I need you to wake up, and I like was like, all right, I'm getting up, and I like sat up, and I started trying to talk, but it was just me. It was just automatic, just like babble, and I remember saying like, or maybe she reminded me this is what I said, but I was like, I'm doing a podcast in a recession right now. You'll never know how hard that is. And I fell back into sleep, and she was so fucking mad. Like she couldn't wake me up, and I couldn't wake myself up either. The sleep deprivation was crazy for us. It was like another level. But yeah, that's kind of it. Just like, be as active as possible, and like, just like, and always ask like, what can I do to help, rather than being like, fucking she's got it, sweet, because they'll labor in silence, but like, they get overwhelmed. So
damn, brother,
just help. Yeah, just help as much as you can, and like, try not to spaz.
Excellent advice, dude. This next question comes from Mike Laufman, who's a Nashville-based wellness coach. He's a certified personal trainer, certified nutrition coach, and holds a bachelor's degree in health promotion. He's got 10 years of experience, including working with professional fighters and he's a black belt in BJJ. He can work with you remotely to build a custom diet and training plan with weekly check-ins and real-time support via text or phone. He's offering Mike Rainey fans a free FaceTime or phone consult to talk through your goals and see if it's a good fit. You can find him on Instagram at Michael_Laufman or mlaufman, which is MLAUFMAN at gmail.com. Mike's a great guy. I've known him for a couple of years now, and he can get you on the right track. Mike would like to know, Matt, what are some of your fitness goals?
Right now, I mean, the dream is to get shredded. I don't know that I ever will. But for like I've like, instead of like trying to go like, you know, shredded or like, let's say like an aesthetic focus, I just set like performance goals where it's like I'll take like the mile, squat, bench press. This is what I've been doing now, where it's like just like test, see where you're at, and then just try to do a little bit better and better and better.
Okay.
So like that's why my mile was like fucking 10 minutes, 9 minutes. I've gotten it down to, what was it recently? 6:58.
Whoa,
hitting
dude.
the 6:58 mile. So yeah, I just like, for me, it's like just set benchmarks, especially as you're aging, and just try to beat them little by little. That's all. So that's all I've been doing. Just try to, my real goal is to like be a grandparent and still be active and use my body. So that's like the emotional like pull. And then that like kind of motivates me to like just stay healthy.
Dude, that's a sick goal, man, because you see so many grandparents that just can't fucking do shit because they're just so broken. You can't get on the floor because you know you're not going to be able to get the fuck back up.
So that's the goal. So it's like mobility. I have a personal trainer. He's really good. And it's just like he's very into like how much can you move your shoulders, your hips. And that's like been super, super helpful. So yeah, I'm just trying to like build a frame that I can just use as I'm older, you know, because there's a big thing between like there's lifespan, but then there's health span. So if you live to 104, but you're like immobile for 40 years, you lived longer. But if you live to like 80 and you were like able to kind of get around till 75, it's like I'd rather have that than, you know. So that's kind of the goal, to stay kind of like limber and spry. Spry, the word?
Yeah.
Spry. Just stay limber and spry. And kind of jacked. Like, you know, I've said it before, but it's like, if I ever have to die fighting like a 22-year-old like man in his apartment over like anything with my daughter, I want to be able to do that. Just die a warrior's death. So I want to be able to like beat the fuck out of like a 25-year-old and die in that battle.
Dude, do you think your personal trainer is going to introduce like 25-year-old, 22 and 25-year-olds just like on a random succession?
I would take it. Or just train next to them and be like, dude, yeah, let me just try to compete with like, to just see where they're at and keep that as my baseline. But then I will say, like, even if they can, you know, out sprint you, outlift you, you do have the rage. Yeah. That comes with like an old man and like the lack of fear of death. It's like, dude, I'm ready to go to the other side. You're not.
Yeah, brother. I've had gay prostitutes try even harder than you, brother. So
that'll be the training regimen. Have them on top of me, like, go.
Yeah, you're just in your car. You unbuckle real quick, and you're just fighting the gay prostitute behind you.
Just lift him off you.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be sick. Now we have it as documented evidence for our wives. Be like, look, we've already established that we are going to have to hire gay prostitutes for the sake of just being battle ready.
True, how fast can you unbolt the door? He's pushing. You have his pimp pushing you. No one talks about gay male pimps.
No, you don't really hear about them, man.
Are they like you know, kind of cowboys out by themselves? There has to be pimps for gay prostitutes.
Dude, I've never thought about this. And
no one talks about
it. Ooh, this is really like dark web stuff.
True, and also the question is, how fly is the gay male prostitute's pimp? You think they're fly as hell? You know, you have the traditional pimp with like the lady.
I couldn't imagine, man.
Imagine a gay male prostitute's pimp.
Dude, the first thing I thought of, there was a movie from, I think, 1987 or 88 called I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. Do you remember that?
I have. I've never seen it, but
the Wayans brothers. But there was a pimp in that, and he had shoes where the heel was mini fish tanks.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I instantly thought of when I think of, like, gay prostitute pimp.
Yeah, I really wonder. I'd have to see, like, or is it just like a pimp just kind of, you know, it's like an HR department. It's like, yeah, we have our gay guys, we got our snow bunnies, we got. I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see what it would be like.
Oh man, yeah. I'm gonna use.
You got to get a gay male prostitute, or just male prostitutes are just really for men, honestly. You don't even have to say gay male prostitute.
Yeah,
I'd be curious to get a gay male prostitute and just be like, what's the fucking deal? Are they cowboys? Are they rolling solo? Or are they fucking squatted up?
Dude, I mean, like, I want to expand the nature of my interviews with this show, so I think gay male prostitute might be
all you gotta do is call.
Same chair as you, right?
All you gotta do is call.
Actually, Pat, would you mind going out and see if we could have him sit right in Matt's lap and Share a mic.
Yeah, the next time we do it.
Yeah.
Just sit on my lap and we'll both just share the questions.
This next question comes from Ellie Stockholm, who has one of the best OnlyFans out there. She is one of the premier pogs on the planet. And on her behalf, I would like to know, what qualities do you find most attractive in a person?
I feel like lack of self-seriousness is like my overall. If I had to like put it into like a meta category, 100%. Like if I'm at like recently I bought dog food and my dog's on a prescription diet because it's like it was just fucking shitting everywhere. It was like for a while. And I was at Petco and I had to buy, the first time I bought the prescription dog food, I just walked in and bought it, no problem. Mm-hmm. Second time they were like, "Can I see your prescription?" And I was like, "Bro, like my dog's gonna shit to death if it doesn't have this food. I don't have one." Mm-hmm. And the lady was like, she was kind of frustrated. She was like, "You need it," and I'm like, "Bro, like I bought it last week, and I'm sorry I don't have this. I'm not putting this all on you, but can I just have the fucking dog food?" And she was like, "Yeah, fuck it." And just like I saw the screen, it said prescription number, and she hit some buttons and was like, just please bring it next time. Like those little bureaucratic acts of kindness for me go a very long way. Yeah, I mean, when people are able to be like, "Yeah, man, who gives a fuck? Just have it."
That is very nice of her, and it's like
it was. She could have been like, "No."
Dude, imagine like shaking somebody down thinking they're fucking buying dog painkillers.
I know.
Like opioids.
It's just grain free. I'm like, why is this a controlled substance? Let me fucking pay. I guess maybe from a supply thing, they got to know how many they need and all that. But it was just like, come on, man. There's a mountain of this shit back here. Can I have one bag? I'll get my shit together in a month. Just let me have a bag of this. So yeah, when people are like not very self-serious, I always find it kind of endearing.
Oh, that rules, dude. This next question comes from D. Michael Mechanical, who is now proudly serving the Delaware County / Philadelphia area for all your air conditioning and heating needs. As an owner-operator, D. Michael is able to provide you with personalized service and the lowest prices on the market. You can rest assured when you call D. Michael, your call will be answered promptly and you will receive the highest quality customer care. August is right around the corner, so don't suffer in the hot, humid air. Give us a call at 610-742-2417. Mention this ad and get 10% off your total bill. Call D. Michael Mechanical for all your home comfort needs. That's 610-742-2417. D. Michael would like to know, Matt, how helpful are you around the house?
Yeah.
I mean, in regards to like...
I'm a slob. I'm a bit of a slob. This is a huge point of contention in my house because it's like I leave stuff out. Mm-hmm. My wife will remind me, and then I'll get very bitter and be like, "Yeah, you think you left this thing out?" Mm-hmm. And I do all that shit, and I'm trying not to, but I really, really put my best foot forward to like clean up after myself. If I eat something, to not leave shit everywhere. Yeah. Or like I usually make breakfast in the morning because I'm up first. My wife's not really a morning person. Okay. So I'll like make pancakes, but then she'll come down and I'll have shit fucking everywhere, and then she'll be like, "It's a fucking mess," and I'm like, "No, I'm fucking making pancakes," and I'll start spazzing, you know. So yeah, I really do try to be helpful around the house as much as I can.
How about home improvement stuff? Are you good with that kind of stuff?
Not really. I'm not very handy. I can paint, so I painted in our old house. I like painted our kids' bedrooms. I did all that stuff, so I can paint and I can do very low level electrical work. Like I can like replace outlets and stuff.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's not bad, but in terms of like measuring and cutting, it's like I'm in Dr. Seuss world. Everything. If I've ever tried, I tried to build a doghouse a long time ago with like materials they gave me, and it was just completely. It was like Horton Hears a Who. It was like completely crooked. Had a tiny little pointy chimney. No, it was like, yeah, I'm not very handy, but I can do some stuff, like little things.
Did the dogs try to humor you? Like, no, this is actually cool, man.
Yeah, I think they got in it a little bit, but yeah, it was, no, I'm not very handy, but painting's a big one. And that's like, I would argue that's women's favorite trade. The painters, like I worked for Spud, was a painting contractor. Mm-hmm. He was really good at it. He was a painting contractor. And he even said, he was like, dude, a lot of, because there's like people that come in to spray houses, but custom paintings, when you go into a house, you got to color match, you got to do all this other stuff. And the custom painting industry largely thrives on pregnant women. Because women get pregnant and they get that nesting fucking thing where they're like, we got to do the closets. And a lot of painting jobs were a pregnant lady, and you got to kind of like, there's a whole thing of like, you got to use low VOC paint, and like, how can she be in the room pregnant? It was like a whole thing. But yeah, it's a lot of pregnant ladies. And then you got to deal with when you paint a pregnant lady's house, if they're very particular, you got to deal with the punch list. So they'll like, you imagine just pregnant lady brain staring at the paint job, and they're finding little flaws and imperfections. And you come in the next day and there's just stickies everywhere. Like, what about this spot? What about this spot? And it can become an endless. It was crazy, man. Spud was very like dialed into that. He's like, it's a psychological thing, and he's like, there's like, if they're like, this coat, it needs another coat, you can do a thing like at eye level, just roll it out at eye level, and like it looks, because it's like kind of like an illusion almost. Painting houses is really cool. I loved it, but it's like, it would be like Master of Illusions, and you do like a 5-foot stretch of a third coat, and like when you look at the room, you're like, oh, it's done. But if you really key in like to the corner, it's really fun.
Dude, I'm just envisioning pregnant ladies engaging in paint psychosis.
Oh, dude, that's like kind of that's the curse of the house painter.
Mm-hmm.
That's who's like giving you all the jobs. But then you got to deal with it, and then you got to deal with the fact that their husband tried and failed, and like
brutal,
he's
man.
kind of moping around, and then like you got to move their stuff. You find the husband's secret candy stash. It's a very, because you're like moving drawers and like fucking a pile of mounds fall out, and like, dude, it was. The guy who paints your house knows a lot about you. It's kind of disturbing. Then you hear them like fighting downstairs. We heard the lady grilling him about his eating habits. And then removing stuff, and like, dude, the Mars bars spill out, and you're like, brother.
Was there a part of you that considered saying like, oh no, they're actually mine. These were my Mars bars.
They didn't see. We put them back. We put them back away. Mm-hmm. This person actually kind of fucked us on the pay, which was it was a real bullshit fucking move. That's the one thing. It's just dastardly. People do that to contractors a lot. You get to the very end, and they just kind of like, I don't know. At the end, they start going like,
dude,
this last phase, and it's really. I was trying to pitch Spud into. Like, I found out where the guy worked on LinkedIn. I was going to go to his office and just start fucking just harassing him, but he was like, Spud was like, don't do that.
Kind of like a Lorraine Bracco in Goodfellas, like, there's a deadbeat. There's a deadbeat.
Or just go to his office. No, to show up very professional, but it is embarrassing to be like, hey, this guy has an outstanding bill. I was sent by the contractor to collect it. We paid
emasculating.
Yeah, brutal. Just in his house and being like, dude, like, you got to pay this last thing. My dad's been a very good influence in my life. Mm-hmm. He's always held it down. Like, back then, too, it's funny because, like, if you watch, like, I don't know, if, like, at least the way my dad was, like, if you watched porn, like, it was weird.
He didn't like it?
No. He was like, I remember there was a guy who was a dad in my grade school class, and it was so fucking funny. So my dad was getting like a lawnmower fixed, and there was a guy who just dropped lawnmowers like shit like that off to this one guy, and this dude also sold porn. That was like his hustle, and he was like, my dad dropped off a mower, as a story at least, and he dropped off a mower, and he was getting his mower fixed, and he's like, yo, this guy's coming by, he's gonna buy a bunch of porn off me. But he said he wants to watch it first in my house.
Oh no!
And he's like, I don't know, man. I was telling him like, dude, no dice on that. Is there like, it's like because he's like, it's my house. I'm not gonna like leave him alone. He was like, kind of like the vibe was like he wants to watch porn with me in my house. Yeah. My dad was like, that's fucking weird. Dude pulls up. It was someone's parent from my grade school. And my fucking dad, I was at like an 8th grade, it was at our 8th grade dance, and I remember just seeing all the dads laughing, because my dad was telling them, like, yeah, he was like pointing the guys, like, yeah, I was trying to watch porn in my friend's basement. Like, all the adults who were fucking, all my dad's friends were just sitting there like, I was like, why are you guys laughing? They're like, don't worry about it. And then eventually when I got older, he told me why, and I was like, dude, that's devastating.
Dude, as a parent, getting clowned at an 8th grade dance might be the lowest point. You're just trying to chaperone. Oh my god!
It was just fun. It's just to me, it does make me laugh to be like, this shit's for fucking weirdos. That's how they held it down. They're like, what the fuck?
Hell yeah!
It's just funny.
Matt, before we go, I just want to ask you.
Damn, that fucking flew. That was 45, bro.
Brother, it's incredible, man. I could talk to you all fucking day.
We got a part 2 because this is it's so fun.
Dude, no doubt. I could talk 8th grade dads, bullying porn dads, dude.
Porn dads,
all day.
That's the new distinction. There's porn dads.
Yeah,
porn dads is so funny.
Oh god, am I a porn dad?
Yeah, I mean, brother. There's no judgment, brother. When you're ready to jump ship, dude, I'm here. But you are a porn dad.
The last question I want to ask you before we go. Oh my god, this is hitting me. Like I feel like I'm fucking Tower 7, like internally right now, man. Fuck.
It fucking hits you hard,
dude. I'm gonna walk home 15 miles today, man. This is too much, man. Dude, we're having such a nice time now. I fucking realize that this is like disgusting cats in the cradle. But Matt, what is something that you're grateful for right now?
I mean, honestly, it really is. It sounds kind of cliche, but it is just like my family, man. Because like when I first like the assemblage, I'm sure you know the assemblage of the family unit. Like just getting it off the ground is so stressful and heart wrenching. but it's like really smoothed out for me, and it's like just every day I really am so happy just to like have a family and just kind of like be able to, you know, lead them through life and like set a foundation for like future generations to the point where it's like, 'cause you know, you see it like when families disintegrate, like it's so understandable. Like when I was little, it's like, 'cause my setup was pretty stable when mom and dad stayed together. Now I have kids, and I'm like, dude, what a Herculean effort to like go through that whole thing, and like you don't have to be perfect, but like not completely having the wheels not completely fly off. And even if they do, it's like totally understandable because it's so hard not to have that, you know, happen. So like, you know, every day, like when I'm just like making breakfast in the morning, just like my kids come down, I'm just like, this fucking, I'm so happy for it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, it just pumps me up, dude. It's awesome.
Dude, that's awesome to hear. What do you want to promote before we go?
Oh, dude, I have a show in Atlantic City. That's a big one. I have a Ocean Casino. I'll be in Atlantic City August, I think 16th or 18th. It's on that.
Dude, it's a killer venue, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try to do a bunch of new material because I think it's a lot of Philly crossover. People coming from Philly who have seen my hour, and the hour's filmed. It's done. It's like in the bucket. It's ready to go. So I'm gonna try to do. My goal is to try to do a new 45 minutes in that casino, which is
Sick.
kind of a dastardly and wicked move, but I'm going for it. So
You're up for it, brother.
I got it. I'm at like 25 of workable new. I just got to hammer out some more material. So
that's so fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
Dude, you're the man. And,
dude, thank you, man.
Dude, thank you for doing this.
It's fucking awesome.
That's it for part 1 of Getting Some Head with my buddy Matt McCusker. Go to patreon.com/Getting Some Head podcast, and you can hear part 2 of this in addition to the back catalog of all the Getting Some Head episodes. On top of that, too, a lot of the guests I've had on have stuck around for some After Dark episodes where we talk about all the nasty stuff that they've done in their sex lives. Even get into some love stuff, too, but it's mostly hot, nasty, sexual stuff. And there's no shortage of it. So go to patreon.com/Getting Some Head, at the very least, for part 2 of my episode with Matt McCusker.